Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Peggy Mead of Sew House 7, and we're located here in Portland, Oregon, which has quite a few fabric shops. And so we were thinking that maybe we'd create a series of us visiting different fabric shops so we could show you how each one is different. They all kind of focus on different kinds of fabrics. And so our first one is going to be Josephine's Dry Goods. My good friend Bini owns that one, and we had a lot of fun going there. So I hope you enjoy this series. Thanks. All right, we're gonna go into Josephine's. Bini!
Hey. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Glad y'all could make it in today.
Yeah, this is Bini, the owner of Josephine's.
Hello.
Hi, Bini.
Did you make sure to get all the cats? Oh, yeah. My cat ball.
Until there's a dog wall, I don't really see why I would.
Look at this. Is this not the cutest dog fabric?
Oh, I
Is it
didn't
not the
see
best?
that.
Your patterns always inspire me to mix things up. Like, I haven't made the Remy yet, but I want to, and I'm like, I've got all my linen scraps, and I'm like, which ones are gonna go together in the sleeve? And I'm trying to get Jude to do one in Liberty, and we're like going around going, which Liberties will look good with the sleeves and and the story of Josephine's.
Yeah.
I went to the Art Institute, and I would always take a morning class and an afternoon class, and you'd have like that hour lunch in between, and I'd walk across the street over to Jude's, and I'd like pick her brain, like ask her, I'd like buy the remnants, look at buttons, and then I'd buy a little bit of Liberty on my dad's credit card, and so I just fell in love with Josephine's and what it was, and learning about the fabric, how much Jude loved fabric, and I was making stuff for people. I was making a wedding shirt whenever I found out about the closing for somebody, and I went to go get buttons, and I walked in, it was like grand closing sale, and I was like, no, I was like freaking out. I was like, wait, Jude, what are you talking about? What about us? My sister-in-law, Dana, Justin's sister, she traveled for work, and she'd come home on Thursday night and leave on Sunday. She came home and she was like, I'm so tired of traveling all the time. I want something I could retire into, that I could enjoy. And Justin was like, tell her about Josephine's,
So he was on board from the beginning.
Well, he just thought that it was like fate, It was like, everything was just like happening, And then I was taking care of Dana's chickens, and I had to take one to the emergency vet, and I'm driving down the road, and it's Jude sitting there trimming one of her trees, and I'm like, what? You live between Dana and me? And so then we started talking about it, and she had already closed. Maybe we should do Southeast, because no one ever had a fabric store in inner Southeast, and so we got in the spot at D Street, and then going to work every day, we passed this spot, which
This is an awesome space.
it's an awesome space. It's just such a cool corner, and so this was it. Was it. We switched, and we've been here ever since.
Nice.
And we still have Jude.
Yeah.
Judith always focused on high quality, natural garment fabric, and so we wanted to keep the same, but we wanted to be more approachable. So, and I'm a nervous Nelly. I always want to make something first. If it didn't turn out, then I wasn't upset about it. I could wear it around the house and move on. So we started bringing in some more quilting cottons that people use for garments that just have a better hand, better quality to them.
For Liberties, though.
Yeah. When we found out that they did the seasonals where they were a little funkier, they had a theme. They weren't just this ditzy flower that everybody associates with Liberty. There was
We had designers, featured designers.
featured designers, and they're just more individual. You can find yourself in a Liberty now.
There's some beautiful ones. I do think I want this.
But then I do love the florals too, as much as I'm like, I don't, the florals, but they're gorgeous.
Is fun.
And how subtle the background changes are. Like how this one's got the sort of green background. This one has the more brown background. The navy that's so dark, they're just so beautiful, rich, and easy to sew with. Most people think that they're so delicate, but they're really durable.
And then, so you're also, at least I think of you as like, you have a lot of Italian
Oh, yeah.
wools and linens and things like that.
Yep.
That you don't find everywhere.
Yeah. And it's funny because I see a
Specialty
lot of
fabrics.
people talking about the dead stock and stuff, but they are really like dead stock. He goes to these mills and he's in there with a flashlight, like finding in cuts of stuff that they've used for this line, and so that's
That's
fun
when you get
for
small
me.
pieces.
Yeah, that's why
So
we
these
get
are-
some of the small pieces.
If I'd have known that you were going to be the bib queen, I would have named them after you. It's actually kind of sounds better. It's easier. Bini's bibs rather than the Burnside Bibs. But
I love them.
Bini is my Burnside Bibs promoter, I guess. I don't know if she's the spokesperson.
I love them. I've made them in everything from one of the wools to the linens to the silk charmeuse.
The one you painted.
The ones I painted.
Yeah. And
yeah.
your tablecloth.
Tablecloth.
Circus.
Tablecloth.
Love those.
Liberty shorts.
Yeah.
But and one of just a couple different Italian wools and Italian cottons. I don't know which ones are my favorite. The silk charmeuse ones are pretty sweet to wear.
I know what I want to show is the skirt that you designed. Does that still have hair?
It is. It is.
Yeah. So Bini made this pattern.
It was from my senior collection at the
Look
Art
at it, how
Institute.
detailed it is.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It was part of Gotham's Goddess. It's a superhero collection.
So it's got a little button.
It's based on Batman's utility belt. So you could carry everything, but you could also take off the belt and just have those giant belt loops.
Oh, cool.
And all the pockets are beaded.
I'm sorry I undid that.
Oh no, that's what it's for. It's supposed to be easy take off, on and off, and then you just.
So this is the whole separate.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
she's lined.
Wow.
Tell you, I love the detail. I really love the detail, and like even that there's the beading in the pleats. But so it comes out like this. I mean, to you know, it's a lot, but you know, I had to impress.
Oh yeah.
I did take the prize.
You did?
I did.
Oh, it's so cool. And there's pockets.
But you know,
Did you get that fabric here?
I got it at the original Josephine.
Josephine's, yeah.
Yeah.
The beading. Oh, Bini.
Yeah, so it's
great.
just, you know, I thought it
Nice.
was cool.
Yeah. So what did it go with? What was the top?
It was a knit top that had a short sleeve knit top that had a cowl front, and it had like two little wings. Like it was like a cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the button wall, and maybe I'll grab this one that I love, that I'm gonna buy more of. I just have to show you this. It's on your top. This little.
So pretty.
What is it made out of?
That one is shell. That one is
Shell.
shell and it's painted.
With a little paint on it. So pretty. And these are all shell. And then just look at this wall. Like, they're not just your typical plastic.
I try to get a lot of natural buttons too. My favorites are the Carozzo, and we have a lot of those in a lot of different colors. And those are here in the brown, and these are wood here, and they go up with natural. But the Carozzos, and then these are all Carozzo and blue. There's a lot of orange Carozzo, but they're a Brazilian nut that they work down. It's just durable, washable, and then you get that wood grain, which I really like, so it's natural.
So when we went to as you saw, focuses a lot on Liberty fabrics. I mean, I've never seen so many Liberty fabrics in one place, although I've never been to the actual Liberty shop, but I think she's probably the next best thing. And so we fell in love with these new Liberty prints that had just come in, and we thought it'd be really fun to print mix. And so I made our latest pattern, the Raw Me Gathered top, in this print mixing Liberty print. And I did do a little, the only thing I changed was to add a little bias binding at the neck so I have a little contrast. And I also got the button at Bini's shop, Josephine's Dry Goods, and yeah, I love it. I love it.
Hi, I'm Jane. As you saw in the video, I completely fell in love with this all-over dog print Japanese cotton canvas on our way out the door. So naturally I had to buy it, and I made our free range slacks in this all-over puppy print.